let's jump into it. Hi, we're playing Out of the Abyss. We haven't been here for a while, so this is going to be a little bit of a recap. I'm going to leave all of the old recap stuff as remembered and get to the most recent, which is the fact that you are at the Stone Library called Gravenhollow, and you've met 3 librarians who keep this place of knowledge. And I think you all have at least a vague memory of these people, right? These people. These librarians.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, Mangrin does.
All right, cool. So the most recent thing that happened was you had met somebody named Vizeran DeVir, and they had left a note for Mangrin, and they had a conversation with Newton. Newton grabbed the group and brought him to where he last saw Vizeran, and there was this breadcrumb trail that led up some stairs to a door, and you walked up those stairs, opened the door, and then fell into a dark cave. And it was in that dark cave that you saw, you saw a creature. And this creature seemed hungry and say, "Oh, I'm so happy that it's dinner time." Are there any questions? Great. So it lashes out, and
I think we had established that it was not a questions asking Sphinx.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't think anybody's tried to talk to it just yet. So, yeah, it does seem to be the, I guess you'd call it the male version of a Sphinx. And it just lashes out at Mangrin with a couple of claw attacks against you. 19 and a 25 to hit. Mangrin? I assume those hit? Hey, Dennis.
Maybe he crashed.
Are you with us?
Crashed.
Sorry, I lost you guys for a minute.
Hey.
What happened?
Well, this monstrosity in front of you just attacked Mangrin.
Oh no.
Mangrin, if you're unable to talk to us but you're able to chat, feel free to put in the chat window on Roll20 how you'd like to react to that. Because I think it hits you twice. Oh, go ahead.
And I have no idea what happened.
Oh, this monster just attacked you, Dennis.
I just,
It rolled a 19 and a 25 to hit you.
not much I can do. I'm kind of trapped in a corner there.
Okay, cool. Then the first attack hits you for 13 slashing damage, and the second attack hits you for 16 slashing damage.
Give me 1 second. I'll take that out.
And it's trying to grab you and like partly tear you apart, but also just like straight up eat you.
He's at 13 and 16. Okay.
13 slashing. Yeah, so 29 slashing damage total, Mangrin. What do you want to do? It's trying to grab you. It looks like it's going to just keep going until it can eat you.
So we're not in the initiative or anything?
You can tell me if you want to do something, we can roll initiative. But it attacked you immediately.
And it's a sphinx-looking creature.
Oh, yeah. Looks like that.
I'm gonna yell out at it. Don't I get a chance to solve a riddle before you eat me?
You want a riddle? It says.
That's what I've heard of sphinxes. Isn't that what you do? I'm not very tasty. I'm actually really scrawny.
It licks its paw. I beg to differ. What does everybody else want to do?
I just want to cure Mangrin's wounds and see how it goes.
All right. Reshi reaches over and goes to cure wounds on Mangrin. Are you going to say something for Newton?
No, if he's healing, I'm just gonna go over here.
You step away.
Cool. Tried to eat us, but cool. No, all right, we're talking it out. Cool.
Well, actually,
I trust you
as you step away, its little back paw scratches out and tries to hit you. Natural
Oh.
20.
Awesome.
You take 20 slashing damage.
Cool.
It
I'm
looks
gonna
over
shoot
its-
it in its
it-
stupid face.
it
I'm
looks-
shooting it in its face.
Yeah, it looks
I
over
cast
its shoulder.
haste on myself.
It looks over its shoulder at you and scratches you, and it says, "I think I want to eat everyone." And as you walk away, you say you cast haste.
Yep.
All right, you cast
Oh,
haste.
fuck this guy.
Start moving really, really fast. Yeah, for sure. And then you still have your action now, your hasted action.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at it. It's a 24 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Awesome.
So I just want to say I use my bonus action to transform into my healing form, star form, to give Mangrin 16 hit points.
All right, cool. 16 hit points. All right, they healed. What's your damage, Newton, on your sharpshooter?
It's not rolling for some reason. Hold on. There we go. 23 on the first one.
All right.
Bonus action, I'm going to shoot again, but I feel like a nat 1 misses.
It does. Do we have a fail table here for our high level characters? Let's see. We do. We have a critical fail table. Let's see what happens. Remember how to find it, Nick?
I do not.
All right, go to the list icon in the top right next to the settings in roll 20.
Oh, cool. There we
Scroll
go.
down to the bottom.
Critical fail table, roll.
Well, I mean, it's at the end of your turn by the time you get over there, so make a dexterity saving throw. See if you avoid slipping and falling.
Because falling and slipping while
24.
you're hasted.
Wow, you rolled a 19. Yeah, you're like, you are slipping, but it's probably because your feet are moving so damn fast. Anything else for you?
That'll be it. Thank you.
All right, cool. Korvus? Nimue?
I think this thing's very friendly. He attacked first, so I'm going to fire a empowered lightning bolt that way.
Boom.
Let's see. And I'll cast 2 fifth. That's 26. I can re-roll some of that.
Well, I rolled terribly, so
Or
feel
one.
free. Feel free.
All right, I got 4 1s and a 2, so I'll re-roll those. That's 6. So 20 plus whatever I roll here. $16, so 36.
36 damage. Nice.
If Nimue can slide in a guiding bolt, she probably would, because she realizes this thing's attacking your friends and not something we can negotiate with.
Yeah, go for it.
We actually didn't give it time to even answer.
That hits.
Even
Yes,
though
we did.
It's scratching people.
It attacked y'all. That's my
Yeah,
answer.
they ate us.
Kicked me.
It's a cat!
25 hits,
Its
Nimue.
response was attack. So my
That's
response
reductive.
is
You are Nimue is forever the optimist, you guys. You're barking up the wrong tree. Like, Nimue is secure in their attitude, and they're usually right, and not the ones getting the whole group into trouble. So you might actually heed some of Nimue's advice. But you shoot it.
and y'all all know I will try and reason with anything.
Right.
But this does not seem like something we can reason with.
You
so.
say this as you shoot it, right? So you're kind of giving the best of both attitudes here. So you hit it. It is now lit up, and it has this radiant energy upon it. So now please select your tokens and roll initiative, as it very clearly has taken damage from you, but there's also something weird about it. Let's see who's going to be the first to react in the space here. I rolled pretty well for its initiative, but Mangrin.
My 14 was good. 15 was good.
Mangrin.
Maybe I might be the worst in the world at rolling initiative, guys.
Keep proving it.
Across campaigns.
Yeah.
Dennis, Mangrin's up first.
He's not willing to, or he or she or it or whatever is not willing to talk, and
Time to put it in timeout with Banish.
you said like we feel something's off with it.
With you've seen creatures take damage. I mean, that's what you guys do. And this thing is getting hit, but there's something off. Do you have an insight in nature, arcana, or insight?
I have Arcana and
Make an
yeah.
arcana check. This is kind of just free versus your passive. 17 arcana. Okay. You don't believe that this creature is in its true form. You're not sure.
So,
It's illusory. It's transmutation. You're not sure. As you look through your spell book and try to figure out what it is, what do you want to do?
I think for the moment, I'm gonna dimension door to here, just to get away, because I'm squishy.
All right. Anything else?
No, dimension doors in action, I believe. So, yeah, no, that's.
Do you share the information you just figured out?
Yeah, I think so. I think I would yell out that I don't think that's really what it is. It's not. It's not. It's true form.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a cat.
looks like a cat, but it's got a crown.
So what you're saying is, like, wait, we hit it, but I don't really see wounds or damage on it.
Yeah, you could kind of think about it that way. Or you see it being absorbed, or you see that there's some sort of magical property about this thing. Does not appear to be its original form.
It's a Pokemon. Fuck.
That's
All
my
right.
turn.
Korvus, you're up.
All right. Does Korvus notice that, or does he get a chance to notice that as well?
Well, it's been told to us that, like, according to Mangrin, it's not what it seems
okay.
to be.
Your damage wasn't resisted, or it didn't show an immunity, but there's just something, and Mangrin's right. You know, you get the gist now that you take a look, and maybe you take their word for it, maybe you don't. But what does Korvus do with this information?
In that case, I'm gonna try a new meta magic and spell that he has. So I'm gonna heighten his, I think it's Hold Monster. See if it works. So as a heightened spell, he would have to gain disadvantage on a saving throw against it.
Cool.
That's
Let's
kick-ass.
So as you
There's-
begin to cast a fairly powerful spell, this creature looks at you, and it goes to attempt to, you notice it attempts to counter spell, but it can't move fast enough, It's already used its reaction to lash out at Newton as they moved away. So as you hit them with this, they have to make this save. And as they do, you feel them having like a kind of an innate understanding of this magic. Let's see if they can move it. And this is DC 18, right?
With disadvantage, since it was heightened.
"13 is a failure. So as you focus on them, that actually helped you figure something out. This is a polymorphed individual, and you hold them tight. Nimue has a divine, like, bullseye, making any attacks against this have advantage. And Korvus, you have held it in place, and it struggles to move against your hold. What else do you do?
I think he'll stop there, since he'll just maintain concentration on that and just kind of hold him, let the party decide what they want to do.
Oh, I missed a paragraph. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. There's a condition immunity on this. Gynosphinx. They are unable to be charmed. And your suggestion fails. I'm sorry. It's not suggestion. It's hold monster. I was reading the wrong spell. So, you are currently at its command. It's held fast. So I'm gonna hold because its initiative is coming up, but we can drop initiative if you want. You tell me what you guys want to do.
It should try to do a saving throw, see if it shrugs it out, and maybe then...
He gets a save at the end of each of its turns.
You've got 6 seconds, though. What do you want to do with that 6 seconds of dialogue, guys? Anything?
Reshi would...
Oh, go
Reshi
ahead.
has a plan. I mean, I want to try to... I know it's dumb, because at first I thought it was different than true polymorph, but Reshi doesn't know. So he sees a crown, a creature. He wants to use a key point to jump up, basically climb on it and try to yank the crown away from its head. I guess it's a grappling or something like that. But and then Nimue does something before I act, actually. So let's do that first.
No, I was just gonna ask it something. You go ahead.
So then I'm going to go ahead and make it save. Does it continue the disadvantage, Korvus?
No, it only has that on its first save.
Okay. It continues to be held. Nimue, what do you want to do?
I would like to ask it if there's anything it would like other than food. What is its needs? Why is it here? We're reasonable people. This doesn't have to end with him dying.
Good point.
It struggles against the paralysis. So during paralysis, let's check out the condition here. It's incapacitated, which means it can't move or speak. So it's unable to reply. Seems like it's trying to, but it can't. Do you want to do anything else, Nimue?
I would like to hold another guiding bolt for if it goes for another attack. Like if it releases and goes to attack again.
And Reshi, you jump up and grab the crown off of its head. All right.
Spend a key point to dash and jump further, and it's like I'm grappling the crown at this point. I'm just on their shoulder, and you can release the spell. It's trying to speak, but it cannot.
Yeah,
I'm ready to do whatever happens like from there.
So the crown is incredibly heavy, and you're able to take this thing and slide it off of its immense noggin, but it weighs about as much as you do.
I
It's
let it fall on the side.
oh, you just take it off and let it fall. All right, cool. Anything else, Reshi?
No, that's gonna be it. I'm ready for the next step, whatever happens.
Newton.
All right. So we're not killing it, guys?
Not yet so far. I mean, I don't know.
That is up to y'all.
Okay, guys, I need someone to tell me whether or not to shoot this frozen thing in the head, because if you're gonna get mad at me afterwards, that really sucks.
I won't be mad at you for whatever you decide.
I could also just dispel it and see.
I wouldn't mind trying to communicate with it because,
Okay,
you know,
cool.
it takes something cool to have on our side.
When
Come on.
Newton mentions this spell, you can see Reshi is nodding at them. Like, let's see who they are.
Cool. So I think with Dispel Magic, I can, for each spell, make a roll. Is there any way I can try to dispel the polymorph but not the hold monster?
Yeah, because you are targeting a magical effect. So if you're able to target a spell effect, it can be singular. I think the actually definition, you can't do multiple, right?
Exactly.
You can't, but you can target singular. Yeah, absolutely. So
And you
are
have to specify. You have to specify which one, which is good because we know this time.
Okay, it does also say for each spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check.
right. If it's a higher level spell than dispel.
Cool.
So let's
Love it.
So, there is definitely a polymorph spell on this creature, and you focus on it, and you are challenged ever so slightly. So go ahead and make your spell casting check. DC is 14.
Cool.
Do you have a flash of genius?
Oh, I do. Yeah, no, I'm gonna flash a genius.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So that makes
Reaction.
that...
Flash 16.
Hey, all right. The polymorph ends. And this creature and the crown helm that you dropped onto the floor, Reshi, disappear. And what appears in its natural, or you should say unpolymorphed form, is this guy. Does anybody know just by looking at him?
Is that the dude from the Society of Brilliance?
Yes, it is.
That would be him.
Well, hey, I figured out a secret. It hurts when you get shot in the knee. And I shoot him in the knee.
So they are currently paralyzed, right?
Yeah.
So I think
So that's an auto crit.
well, attack rolls have advantage. Any creature that's hit with a critical within 5 feet. But you, and I say
cool.
you know this before you shoot, because you have the chance here to make that if you want. You have advantage.
I'd love to change that too. Instead of shouting it across the room, I walked over and I whispered it.
Yeah, I figured out a secret. It hurts when you get shot in the knee.
And Rishi hears it and he has a shudder.
So you hit. It's critical. Go ahead and roll your damage, man, on this guy who you remember the name perhaps was Blurg.
It's 26 damage on the first one.
Yeah.
Is he still paralyzed, or does that wake him up?
It's at the end of their turn. They can get attacked.
Beautiful.
Is that Korvus?
It
You're the
also-
one
it
holding.
also gets-
You're the
it
one
also
holding
gets-
concentration, right?
Yes, that's right.
Do they repeat the save when they take damage?
No, it only says at the end of their turn, I believe.
Awesome.
Okay.
And then 20. Yeah. Also, it hurts when you get shot in the balls, and I shoot him for 21 more damage.
Just
Don't turn into giant cats and kick people, dude.
would you
Oh,
please?
shit.
Would you please describe? I mean, I guess you just did. How you kill this?
Well, I think the knee is non-lethal.
I'm not sure what testicles are.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
if
it's.
he all right. Well, if he goes down, I'll pop him back up with a healing word.
I wasn't gonna ask if you want it to be lethal or non-lethal. You're shooting him with a magical weapon, right?
Sure.
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
asking.
so he's
I'm,
dead?
I'm asking.
Oh, I mean, yeah, no, I didn't want to just murder him before he got to tell us why.
Well,
I mean,
normally,
that's one
I
way.
just assumed he had more than.
That's one way to win a bet. Kill everybody who partook in the bet.
No.
all right. I'll let if you can think of a clever way to make them unconscious with this.
I'll
Shot.
downgrade the second one. I'll have shot him in both of his knees.
Oh
Instead
my
of shooting a bullet, just hit them with the stock of
That's
their
good.
gun.
I'm good. Thank you.
That's so funny.
No,
Blurg
I'm good.
Blurg-
Thanks. I know.
Blurg passes out from pain, and they're currently going to be. You think if receiving no magical healing, probably asleep for about 4 hours before they wake up.
I'll bring
from
him
that.
right back up with that first healing word. So he's back up with 13.
Oh my god! All right. He's
Hey, Blurg, what's up, motherfucker?
he blinks his eyes
Hi.
and looks at you. So the fact that you brought him back the second after you hit him with magical damage, and he's completely shocked. His knees are still fucked, like they're completely blown out, and he collapses, and he says, "I didn't want to do it." And Nimue, I'd like for you to please make a perception check, Nimue. All right. You're standing next to Mangrin and Korvus, and someone just tried to take something off of your person. Like, someone's trying to grab some of your loot. But it wasn't either of these guys.
I'll tell the group, like, keep your hands on your pockets. I think this is a setup.
We're not in initiative anymore. If there's anything you guys would like to do, feel free to speak up.
Just a quick second. I don't have that spell. To be able to see invisible people would be nuts right now.
Oh wait, I do.
Yay! Because Rishi's like, is there somebody here?
At
that we
what
don't
range,
see?"
Mangrin? Do you have to cast a
So
spell?
I have an ability from School of Divination called the Third Eye.
So
At
it-
level I can use my. Yeah.
Does it pop
I
out
can
in the
use
middle of
my
your
powers.
forehead? I really
Yeah.
want Mangrin to actually have a third eye. It's so creepy.
And when I use it, I can choose one of the following benefits. Here.
You know what's creepy? When somebody has a third eye, but like on the tongue or inside the mouth. That's so
Ugh.
creepy.
Yeah, no
That's
kidding.
that was in a movie, wasn't it?
I
maybe.
saw it.
So?
Yeah, I'm sure I saw this in
That's
the
just what,
movie.
that's what French girls are like.
Oh yeah, Gunpowder Enter the Fist. That was.
How far away can you see, Mangrin?
60 feet.
Oh my god.
Dark vision, ethereal sight, 60 feet.
Yeah. You see this
Same
little
visibility for 10 feet.
Yeah, sure. You see this little guy, and he just moved away from Nimue after unsuccessfully getting anything because Nimue kind of like turned and reacted. And it looks like they're about to go in to Korvus's shit. Hey, Korvus, make a perception check.
Can I cast Hold Person?
Yeah, but as you do, Korvus, you did not notice this, but Mangrin, that guy just took something out of Korvus's bag. Yeah, you want to hold person?
Yes.
All right. Aren't you currently holding? No, it's Korvus that's holding this one. Yeah, go for it. Cast it. They need to make
DC 19.
wisdom.
Yeah, 19. I went up. Yes.
Yeah. All right. All right. They have magical resistance, so they have, but they have terrible wisdom. Wow,
is what it
they are
is.
not very wise. I rolled 2. That's a 5 on the dice minus 3. They fail, and you hold them steady. They lock eyes with you.
I do.
They lock eyes with you. and they're just like stuck there. What do you guys want to do?
He's right beside you. You can't see him, but he took something out of your pocket. I've got him held.
I love this moment. You guys have like
I'm not seeing things.
this is some
not
high level
crazy.
shit. You guys are like holding things at bay. This is really cool. Invisible creatures, you're holding them at bay, guys. This is
I'm
some
gonna
high
have
powered shit.
disadvantage. But I mean, Newton's got this guy, like both knees blown out. He's not going anywhere. So with disadvantage, I would try to grapple the thief.
But would you have disadvantage because he's been held, so wouldn't it equal out?
Ooh.
Maybe, yeah. Because I guess you're pointing where he is, so I'm guessing he's also like right there.
Yeah, I think you're pretty good about this, Resh. You just kind of reach in, and you notice that this is a short creature. You bump into them, your knee, but you're able to like grab them. It's a short
All right,
person.
good,
You
good
grab them,
enough. Yeah.
and they're right
They're
behind.
held.
Yeah, they're right behind Korvus, and now you've got a hold of them.
Give it back. Give it back. And I'm shaking them like.
Yeah, you would also know that like it's paralyzed, so it can't let go of anything, nor can it reply. But Mangrin, you're holding that concentration.
I just enjoy shaking it.
Blurg, not even looking at Newton, continues talking to you, and it says, I didn't like being turned into a monster. I found it rather resentful and below my capacity. Did you have to shoot out
funny.
both of my knees?
Did you have to kick me with gigantic claws?
I kind of did, I was told.
In what way?
And I was-
By who? Who told you?
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why?
Because... Oh, why do I want to know who told you?
No.
Oh, why is the answer to the question? Why is a proper noun in the name of a person?
Yes.
Cool.
Was the
Yeah, I do remember.
Blurg,
that.
Blurg, you knew you were being misleading, and I don't appreciate it. And I'm gonna shoot him in the foot.
Oh my
We
god.
almost turned this into
Oh my
an
God.
Abbott and Costello routine.
Yeah, you hit him in the foot. You hit Blurg in the foot. Oh my
Blurg,
god.
do not fuck with me. I am not in the mood.
So you healed him for
He
13.
still has. Yeah, he still has 4 hit
got
points
4
left.
hit points. He's like,
Newton
"Ah!"
giveth and Newton taketh away. Blurg.
Newton, you know what? You would be a great interrogator in the Shadow Queen's army. You're better than most of the people I've ever seen.
Well, I really hope that like organized, like large military organizations wouldn't have to use these tactics. That would be a bummer. But I'm just a guy who got slashed recently.
No, I mean, just like you, they seem to enjoy it.
Nope. All right. Well, that took a lot of the fun out of it. Reshi, God damn it.
Blurg.
I'm sorry, I'm just like that.
Come on, man. The hell.
Stop shooting it. He doesn't like it.
Blurg.
Something's actually working, and in the middle of it, you're like, "Hey, why? Why? It was working. Why are you messing with a good thing, Reshi?"
Look, Blurg. Give him all the
No,
answer
mine.
he wants. He's gonna. I mean, he's gonna. keep doing
Thank you,
it.
Reshi.
I know him.
Thank you.
I know
I'm
him.
sure he didn't know I wanted the answers.
I'm trying to act in Blurg's.
Blurg is just looking at the two of you arguing. He's kind of like, if you shoot me again, I'm gonna hurt you and your friends in retaliation to try to save my sorry
wrong
ass.
answer.
So he is capable
Okay,
of casting
so who
spells,
is why?
and he's looking at you not
Who is
casting
why?
one. Why? Why is
Yep.
this was Y's idea.
Mm-hmm.
We are attempting to collect certain things to be able to manipulate the interdimensional space wards here within Gravenhollow, and you were recently given some items, and Y and the rest of the society believe that you were gullible and that we might be able to remove them from you and continue with our research.
So, Blurg, I really want to know, how brilliant do you feel right now?
Oh, not at all. In
Yeah,
fact,
good. Okay, good.
I'm really questioning my +4 in intelligence right now. I think this is
Yeah,
more
no,
about my
well, hey,
+0 in
you're-
wisdom and rather bad
you're
charisma
making some
modifier.
good decisions. Your last couple decisions were very good. So let's keep that flow going. So
Reshi.
where can we get Y?
I really don't have any limbs that I want shot off. So just so you know, I'm cooperating. Consider me no longer following wise suggestions. And you can feel, Mangrin, that this individual over here, you've got them for what? How much longer? A minute? Your hold is
That's what I'm saying.
your hold is about to fail. So
Reshi, see if he has the crystal. Take the crystal off of him. He's fixing to get loose.
Rishi is still in the process of shaking the guy up, and then he puts him down. He's still held, and he's gonna rifle through their pockets.
you do not find one of the crystals, but you do find the scroll that was given to Korvus.
Oh, that's right. He had a scroll, not a crystal.
I'm gonna give it back to Korvus.
Actually, all of you were given a scroll.
But only Korvus had it stolen. Take better care of it, Korvus.
You guys recall the scrolls that you were given? Technically, they're
How to
called
get home scrolls?
hall passes. If you recall,
Yep.
this is what they were trying to take away from you.
To go back home when we get lost, because it's gonna happen, apparently.
That's
I
what
didn't
you.
want to steal
that's-
all the cool stuff in our rooms.
That's what you find, Reshi, that they had taken out of Korvus's bag.
Yeah, and as I said, I give it back to Korvus, and then I'm gonna keep rifling. Maybe they have their own hall pass that I could take away. Like, they need punishment, right?
Can I throw my rope to Reshi to tie this little dude up?
Yeah, of course.
At this point, I never use it, but I also use, like, you can see me getting out my spectral arms so that I've got like 4 arms and I can actually hold this guy while I'm rifling through his pockets
Sure.
and trying to steal stuff away from him.
As you
Awesome.
as the paralysis or as the hold person wears off, it's been much more than a minute of time in action. He is no longer held, and he drops the greater invisibility that he had cast upon himself. So, as this transformation happens, and Reshi, you basically are attempting to tie them up.
I'm actually trying to see what kind of stuff they have on them and like confiscating items.
Sure. At this point, he's no longer held, however. So if you'd like to try to grapple, we can go that route, or you can continue to. He's attempting to talk, but if you want to do that first, we can.
Well, that's what do you guys think? Like,
You tell me what you want to do. Are you grappling him right now, or are you going to communicate?
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's what I was in the process of doing, like confiscating items, grappling, yeah.
All right, then you need to make an athletics check.
And I can actually do that using my wisdom.
I
so it's
rolled
good.
an 18 on his acrobatics.
22.
So you grab him and you hold on to him, and you're able to rifle through his stuff. He's like, hey, that's not yours. I didn't take. I mean, you got yours back. Yeah, I'll keep mine. You
What
keep
comes
yours.
around
It's all
comes
good.
around.
Hey, no harm, no foul.
You do it to us, I do it to you. And at least I do it in
All right,
your
fine.
face.
Just don't shoot Blurg anymore, okay? Blurg, I'm sorry.
I cannot guarantee anything, but yeah, your corporation will help.
I walk over and point the crossbow at him. Okay.
You see? Careful what you wish for.
Hi. Nice to see you again. He very nervously shifts.
You know the worst part about this, why?
Pleasure is all mine.
This has nothing to do with the bet. You're a very confusing group of people.
He says, "Thank you."
Reshi actually chuckles at that.
Awkward silence passes by, and
I mean, I'm just waiting to see whatever. Did I find anything interesting, or is it just lint in their pockets and whatever?
yeah, he lets you look through his things. Yeah, you find he's got a scroll of sleep, and he's got a really nice looking spell book full of spells.
Hey, Mangrin, and I toss him the spell book to Mangrin in case he's interested. And then I let him talk at this point. We might give it back.
Okay,
He's just
great.
being curious. Yeah,
Hey,
right. Mangrin.
hey guys. So first of all, I'd like to welcome you to the Society of Brilliance. If you would like, we would like to, very much make you honorable members. Maybe an adjunct company. We could call you Company B, perhaps. But yeah, we are creating extra dimensional spaces within Gravenhollow, and the library doesn't know about them. Or if it does know about them, it's letting us do it anyway. But no one has been able to do this so far. So, I mean, you are kind of on a horizon here of potential. I just want you to think about the parameters of being able to create multidimensional spaces within an interdimensional space. And yeah, I think that's pretty fascinating stuff. What do you say, guys? What do you say?
No.
I feel like a better name
Yeah.
would be something like the Society of Discernment. You know?
Mangrin, does that sound like it would blow up?
This is a magic place, and you should not be experimenting on a place like this.
Mm-hmm.
That can backfire quickly.
It's a place it is a place of learning of also don't forget there is a hall of the future and perhaps we are future potential, and I think this is actually quite useful. If you're not interested, by all means. And he knocks on the wall back behind him, and you see the door appear, the door that you walked through out of Gravenhollow. He says, "You can go if you want to hang out here. It's fine. Thank you for at least being guinea pigs on this experiment of ours, and good job on not having your scrolls taken from you. We respect you." And he says this as he kind of meanders over next to Blurg and puts his hand on his shoulder, and he goes, all right, big guy, you're gonna be all right.
Why? I mean,
We should take
Do
the
the-
librarians.
Yeah, tattle. It's time to tattle.
do only the two of you respect us now, or is it the whole society does? I mean, it's a valid question.
I don't. Y continues. I don't actually speak for the society as a whole, and Blurg says, thank God for that.
Yeah, no, we're not letting you go. Come with us through the door right now, and we're
Yeah.
gonna go see the librarians. Jesus.
Exactly, because we can't actually trust the word. You don't speak for the society as a whole.
All right, guys.
No.
Then we're not leaving here alive. That's what Y says.
Okay.
I
Blurg
mean,
goes, I hate doing things the hard way. Are we
to kill them right now, and Reshi gets ready to actually attack.
all right? Cool. So Newton's gonna make a shot that's gonna get us back into initiative. So guys, please select your tokens and roll initiative.
Why do we even try?
Because it's interesting. That's what they say. You've got to try.
All right. Looks like Korvus is first. Newton, you fire. Who is your target?
Oh, cool. Blurg.
You shoot Blurg. Oh. And Blurg's down.
You killed Blurg. Are you happy now? Why?
And then they pop up a second later as their helpful orcish heritage.
That didn't go off the first time I killed Blurg?
They didn't have time. You shot him and you cast
Oh,
Healing
yeah.
Word, right?
Cool, cool. All right, yeah, that makes sense.
So that's the beginning of this combat round. Korvus, what do you want to do?
Right. We're back to this again. Well, Warren looks like he's doing pretty bad. Let's go ahead and launch some magic missiles over that way.
Yeah, he's just got the 1 hit point left.
Yeah, let's see where. Yeah, I'm starting to run low on the higher level spells. Let's just keep this at it first and see what that does.
What are you doing, Korvus?
He's casting magic missiles at Blur.
Blur counterspells your spell.
That counterspell is counterspell.
How many
Yes,
points of damage land?
9.
Blurg's unconscious. Anything else, Korvus?
Thank Mangrin, give him a nod, and kind of look at the other guy. Like, what do you want to do?
Why? All right. Newton?
How? What? It's a 13 and an 18 to hit.
All right, so this mage armor blocks your first shot, and he casts shield for the second. Uses his reaction.
Didn't he use his reaction to... Oh, no, the other guy counterspelled.
Yeah, this is why. Cool. Casts shield to block the crossbow shots.
I don't care for you. Why?
He looks over his shoulder at Blurg, and he looks back at you and he says, all right, now it's gotten serious. Newton, anything else for you?
That'll be the end of my turn.
Mangrin?
After I move over there.
All right.
You know what? It's... Let's, you know what? Why not? Let's try hold person again. On Y.
All right. They can't counterspell. And it's wisdom saving throw.
Yes, sir. DC 19.
All right. Advantage toggle. All right. So their magical resistance will potentially help, even though they are unwise. Let's see if a -3 modifier can succeed. It's a natural 20 and it's a 17. So why, even though they know exactly what you're casting on a good day, they normally would be able to resist. Your magic's just too powerful, Mangrin. And you hold him steady. He is held.
That's all I do.
Reshi.
Reshi sighs. He's like, you know, I hate it when they force my hands. And he still has his arms of the actual cell, so he's just gonna bonk the guy on the head with his staff until he falls unconscious. So that's gonna be...
He's paralyzed.
Yeah, so with advantage, I'm gonna double that. And then I'm gonna use another key point for a flurry of blows.
Roll your critical damage on your unarmed strike first.
Oh, that's right, critical. I'm gonna roll another, what is it? D4. Wait, okay, yeah, I'm hitting with my fist. So 7 hit points.
Okay. They're not unconscious yet. Well, I mean, they're paralyzed.
More but those, like,
You gotta do some more damage here. Yep. So you're 25 hits, but the 15 does not.
Okay, there's still enough. So 9 plus a d4, 10 good d4s.
Okay.
And for now, I'm just gonna like.
All right. So what? You just pummel them in the head a couple of times. They don't go unconscious. All right. It's now their turn. And at the end of their turn, they try the save again, right? Mangrin?
But they cannot save, I think.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. I rolled a natural 20 again, and they still don't succeed. I'm not going to roll anymore. They're fucking stuck. Nimue.
Like the distribution sucks for you.
It's not me, man. This isn't my guy. This is just a guy. Nimue, what do you want to do?
Nimue a little fused because she had a little glitch where she couldn't understand anything for a little bit there. She's like, I thought it, what, we, okay. I guess I'm gonna, ooh, no.
They basically said, you're gonna have to kill us then. And we're like, okay.
Let's see.
Whatever makes you happy.
We're trying to please, apparently.
I guess I'm gonna, paralyzed, right? What's it make a difference if I step right up here and bring out Dawnbringer and try and hit him?
Advantage.
Other than...
Yeah, you have advantage on the attack. They're paralyzed. And when you hit, which you have hit, go ahead and make a... oh, God. It's critical damage. Critical damage. Go ahead and roll your critical damage.
My Wi-Fi's slow, so it rolls when it rolls tonight. I apologize for the delay.
Are you wielding Dawnbringer with one hand or two?
Probably two. I don't have anything else out right now.
All right. Yeah, you just slice Y's head off with radiant damage. There's no saving throw. There's no non-lethal with radiant damage. They're just fucking dead.
She's just like, look, if y'all are gonna get us into trouble, just wrap it up quickly. There's no need to mess around. Let's just get this done. And what are we doing now? What's going on?
Sorry, Nimue.
Brief explanation. They're creating extra dimensional pockets within extra dimensional pockets, which is very dangerous. And they can destroy the library and reality as we know it.
Mangrin, I am so happy that your library, your love of this library is so fierce, and you are so defending it right now. I am absolutely loving how angry Mangrin is getting just because people are misbehaving in the library. I'm so...
I'm with you, man. It's ridiculous.
I think that's what convinced everybody to just like, okay, let's kill the society. Seems like they're bad.
Did we kill Blurg, or is he just unconscious?
Oh no, Blurg is dead. They got pummeled with force damage. Yeah, their head caved in. They're dead.
Well, let's drag these bodies out to the librarians.
Mm-hmm. Can't believe these guys just fully attacked us out of nowhere, and we had to fully defend ourselves.
You guys are dragging the bodies back out into the library, right?
The librarians, yes.
All right, let me group your tokens up real quick and move you back into the library. Is there anybody here who is not leaving this space immediately?
I mean, all I'm asking, I'm leaving, but I'm like, does that mean we still have a bet ongoing? And he's asking Newton.
Well, there's 3 other ones. All
I
5
guess-
of them. What are the odds that all 5 of them are going to be Welchers?
Let's check it out. I mean, can't wait to know.
So as you
Insane
drag,
Society thought we were gullible.
Mm-hmm.
as you drag the dead bodies back out, you find once again the breadcrumb trail that led from this chair space back up the stairs, and barely looking up from their book, you see Andorin Zareth doing research on the table next to you, and of course everybody's favorite bad guy, Grazd, over here, who actually has moved 5 feet over. They're just sort of like standing over the table. They're just so big, and very proud of the way that their calves look. And just, don't seem bothered at all that you're dragging some dead bodies out of that doorway that you just walked through.
What's up?
There is a small little raised sort of stage here on this side of the room, with sort of a walkway bridge back behind it. I think maybe people might speak here or do some Shakespeare. You never know. That this is kind of a space that might be multi-purpose as you're in this room. As you walk through, you see, if you recall, one of the librarian assistants, Huram, common spelling, sort of step into the space. He's like, hello. What's going on here? Have you, somebody hurt?
We need some assistance. These two belong to the, what is it called again?
Society of Brilliance.
Brilliance. And they are creating extra-dimensional pockets within your library, which could be dangerous. And then they attacked us when we found out, and we had to defend ourselves. Unfortunately, rather violently.
Look at my arm. I've got to get a tetanus shot.
Yeah, I'm sure I still have claw marks in my robes.
They mumble something into their ear, and then a couple of moments later, a couple of other Galeb-Dur show up into the space and come over, and they begin investigating these bodies, and then they look at the doorway, and Huram says, would that be the extra-dimensional portal then?
That's where we went through.
Steps up and walks up to the doorway and opens the door, but it leads to a spiral staircase. And he says, I'm not seeing an interdimensional space here. Are you saying it's up the stairs? Because if we were to go up there, that is Urma's private sanctum.
This was a one-time trap, only for us, because we were trying to get to a rendezvous. We didn't think we were getting into a dimensional pocket, you know?
They said they've been creating them all over the library, but I don't know exactly where the others are.
We will investigate.
Yeah, here are the corpses. You can probably talk to those guys, right?
Yeah, talk to the dead.
Indeed.
I actually think I could with time.
So weird how we can talk about that like it's a normal thing that people can do. But it is.
Andorin.
It's actually funny. I've heard stories of my grandfather speaking with the dead. Sometimes it goes wrong.
The Red Wizard of Thay, Andorin, shuts his book. He goes, how is anyone supposed to read with all of this mumbo-jumbo? And starts walking away. And...
I'm sorry again, Andorin. All my fault. Sorry.
We didn't even ask if we were okay. Don't apologize to him, Reshi. You're better than that.
I'll do that everywhere I go.
That guy's terrible.
He is, though. You're right.
So, as you're left here, the Galeb-Dur continue their sort of investigation, looking over Zerg. Y and Blurg.
Yerg.
What would you guys like to do?
I say we go up the stairs and follow the breadcrumbs down. That's not a trap.
Yeah, Mangrin needs his VD, right?
Yes.
Huram says, that leads to Urmas's private sanctum. You're welcome to climb the stairs, but if you don't have an appointment, I doubt you'll get past their assistance.
Is that the drow we were invited to meet? Well, Mangrin was, I mean.
Urmas.
No, that's VD.
No, Urmas is one of the respected librarians.
I think we're expected.
Keeper of the present. Oh. Well then, by all means.
Newton is really excited for a second because he thinks he's
present.
But then he remembers what they were talking about.
Present.
And he's a little more disappointed than he should be.
Your mic actually broke up, but I have a feeling you were saying...
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Newton got really excited because he thought he was going to get a present, but then remembered where he was and what was going on and is way more disappointed than he should be.
It's the present. Yes, not a present for you.
Right. Oh, man.
Do you guys head up? Do you guys head up the stairs?
I am.
All right.
Mhm.
Because
I don't know if you're following.
because you are who you are, you ascend the stairs. The breadcrumbs end right where the portal was. They do not continue up the stairs. But as you get through security, so to speak, you are welcomed into Urmas, the keeper of the presence, into their chamber room, essentially a place of study. They do have small elemental. They look like they might be stone mephits that are moving here and there and getting things done. Urmas says, yes, the here and now. Welcome.
Our thanks.
What can I do for you?
I believe your library is in danger now, Uramas.
Yes. And as they say that, an elemental just kind of like apparates next to them, seemingly out of mist, and hands them a scroll. And they very quickly speed read through it and fold it up. And they say, yes, thank you for notifying the library. They look expectantly for other conversation.
Do you?
So somebody should be currently looking for the other portals and the other members of the Society of Brilliance right now.
The library is taking care of it.
Urmas, I mean, do you know the exact dangers that are happening to your library right now?
Indeed. And you know
What
of
are
things
the
in other
dangers?
places outside of giant influence that might be helpful for me here in the present. Things outside of Gravenhollow. Outside
Yes.
of giant influence. You do understand. Our knowledge reserves are somewhat limited by that which giants know and have experienced. But there are other things happening. This abyssal incursion. What do you know
And I'm guessing
of what is currently
there-
happening?
I'm guessing there are not a lot of giants in the Underdark. So, Mangrin, tell them.
Yes. There are currently demons incursioning into the Underdark who are going to try to take it over. There are hotspots, per se, throughout the Underdark where it is driving people and animals and stuff insane.
And it is more than just demons, it's also their princes and their lords.
We've seen a Demogorgon and other demons as we've come, and I feel like it's our job to stop them, but I do not know the current location of the largest incursion. Though I have an idea now, since I had the vision.
I was brought here as a guardian, and at first when I landed in the Underdark, instead of the clear skies I was dreaming about, it took me a while before I knew that this is why I was here, this incursion of the demons and the abyssal planes.
And how many different places have you witnessed its influence?
Numerous, all throughout the Underdark.
Could you name some of them? Please be specific.
Ragelstone, the Lycos, the Neverlight Grove, even Guntelgrim, and what was that name called? Blinkdenstone, yes, the gnomish town. Everywhere we ventured, we've encountered these creatures. The Dark Lake, And those fish people that got eaten by the Demogorgon. I still have, well, I cannot call those nightmares, but you know what I mean.
Thank you. And as he's saying this, he is taking notes. You see that you have Ormas's attention. Do not hold back, please. And he's receiving scrolls and sort of tucking them in an orderly sort of like fashion. And he's reading and listening and writing simultaneously. He's very busy.
Ormas,
It's
can I ask
very
you a question?
Certainly.
Why now allow me to finally find the library after years of searching? Why now?
The library has permitted you to find it. Perhaps the library has a bit of a self-interest. I don't believe that the library wishes to fall victim.
You speak of the library as if it's sentient.
Oh, it very much is.
How so? I mean, can we use that to learn more, or is it?
I could refer you
future?
to some stone giant mystics who are currently pondering that exact same phenomenon. Stonespeaker
That's
Hagram would be an excellent person for you to speak to about this. Is there
That's
anything else
actually
that
my
you guys...
style,
I'm
more
sorry.
reflective.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was speaking.
I'm sorry too. Indeed, I was reflecting on.
As he receives more scrolls and continues to read, he said, "If there's nothing else of the present, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Thank you for being here. Any new information is welcome, but as you can see, I am very, very busy."
Thank you for your time, Ormas.
Time is one thing that I don't have. And he receives another scroll. One of the librarians sees you back as you descend. And you can clearly see that the area that you had previously sort of inhabited, this section, is now been cleaned up. There's no longer dead bodies or blood on the stone floor or a breadcrumb trail. The only thing that seems to not have moved is Grazit, who is reading fan fiction novels here.
So we've talked to the past and the present, who gave us the name of some stone giants, a mystic, right?
Which is where she wants to go, because has to meditate, reflect, try to figure things out.
One of you was introduced to Stonespeaker Hagram recently, Korvus. You saw them in the Archive of the Future.
I can lead the way.
All right, so as you head west out of this room, you'll come back into the main hall, and there are 4 doors that lead into the Archive of the Future, which are along the northern wall. All 4 of the doors appear to be available to you. Korvus, last time you wished to enter, you merely approached the locked door and it opened for you.
You see, I do believe I went in this door. Though I think all of them along this wall lead to the same place.
I think you can open that door as you walk up to it. If you click on it, I think it'll open. And trying to leave as you try to enter, you once again see Andorin Zareth,
I'm sorry, Andorin.
the red wizard, who is like so frustrated. They're in this huge hurry, and they yield the walkway, sort of stepping to the side, nearly falling off of this bookshelf that you're all standing on as you walk through. And they wait as patiently as they possibly can for you to one by one sort of file through.
Let's stop and tie my shoe.
I'm getting on.
I tried to knock the book out of his hand.
Oh, it falls to the ground, just kind of, and he looks at you and he just huffs and he puffs and he says, "Typical." And he picks up the book and he walks out and he shuts the door behind him.
Punk.
The ostracization of red wizards. It's been
Oh my
ongoing.
god.
So
He's gonna be he's the big bad guy, and because we treated him bad, he's gonna be me.
now that you're
Self-realizing prophecies, you know?
now that you're all here, I think I described this to you, Korvus, when you were here before. Is anybody here who has recollection of who these individuals were? You have Stonespeaker Higram, who, in addition to being a runesmith, somebody who creates and studies existing runes, they are sitting very much where you left them, Korvus, still in a pseudo-meditative state, pondering future possibilities. You see two other individuals here. One of them is along the northern wall, and they are a cloaked figure. Don't see any actual material proof that they're there. All that you see is clothing and shadow. And then one more individual that Newton recognizes. Vizeran DeVir.
Fidi!
Please.
He waves to you. He's over on the far eastern wall. So do you
We were
speak...
looking for you.
Oh, yes, well, have you brought everyone?
Yeah. We got a little distracted. Some guys tried to murder us, but we're here now.
Society of Brilliance, I imagine?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you were right. It's okay.
So where
They're more
are...
incompetent than they are evil.
Indeed. And your companions? Where are they?
Oh, right, Mangrin. This guy wants to meet you. I told him I almost got murdered, and his response was, "Where's Mangrin?" So, here's your friend.
I don't wish to repeat myself, so if all of you are present, I'll begin.
Reshi nods. He's listening.
On you, sir.
Yes. And Mangrin, as you're sitting there, there's another creature in here. And they're right next to Vizeran.
Okay.
I'll show you what they look like. It's one of these. And they're right next to...
Don't mind the label. Don't mind the label.
That's not ominous at all.
I think you know exactly, what that is. I think perhaps you've heard of these death slods in the past. But it's right next to Vizeran.
It's not like they're demons.
Right. Do you do anything with that information, Mangrin?
So I can see it, but and is it like big or small or?
It's medium sized. It's the same size as all of you. It's pretty big, I guess. But yeah.
I'm gonna lean forward to VD and kind of, like, I guess comically whisper, "Hey, did you know you've got a creepy thing standing beside you?"
Oh yes, that's Cleve. Cleve, do make yourself visible, please. No need to hide yourself. You're beautiful. Please. Cleve drops invisibility. My bodyguard. He says, Cleve. They don't speak much. Anyway, now that I have you all here, I am well aware, I believe, of what you know in regard to the demonic incursion. That fool Gromph brought the demon lords down upon us, with his demon queen pulling his strings all the while. He has given Lolth free reign of the abyss. My own research leads me to believe that Gromph used Fair's Rest to achieve such a summoning, though I'm sure he didn't intend this result. He is an imbecile. He scans your eyes to see if any of this information appears to be news to you. Then he continues, I can save you months of research. Time we clearly don't have. The information I found here has confirmed my theories, and I know how to banish the demon lords back to the abyss. We can do this only if we work together, however. If you are willing and daring enough to directly challenge the demon lords, or perhaps foolhardy is a better word.
It describes us perfectly, I believe.
Yep.
What do you have in mind?
What do I have in mind? Well, I don't actually wish to discuss my plans here. I believe that there are ears and eyes where there shouldn't be.
Yes.
I would like to invite you to Araj. It is my tower and stronghold, hidden here in the Underdark.
Is it nice?
It will suffice your wildest dreams.
Oh. Oh, you really came in low with suffice and then really beefed it up with wildest dreams. All right.
Indeed.
Buried the lead. That was a journey. All right. Yeah, let's go.
How far is your tower?
I'm not going to speak of its location. The walls here literally have ears, and echoes linger forever.
Can you teleport us there?
No. Teleportation magic does not work within Gravenhollow.
Well, I figured we could have walked like a couple feet outside.
Let us not
We need to save the library first and
let us
finish
not
our
forget
business with
why
the-
we came in first. Indeed, like get some insight into the future too. I mean, can it wait, VD?
I am returning to my tower. I will give you a map that only you can read. A way that will guide you to Araj.
I was about to say everyone is so intransigent here, but at least you're making a compromise. I can work with that.
This is not something I can do alone. I need strong, capable allies.
It's only a matter of time, but does time pass the same way in this library than it does on the outside? Once you leave? Do you know that?
I just want you to consider that every day you tarry, you allow the Demon Lord's power and influence in the Underdark to grow.
Oh, very aware.
Very good. He hands you a blank piece of paper, Mangrin. He says, when you have left Gravenhollow, the map will appear.
Will my compatriots be able to see the map also?
I have made it available for your eyes, Mangrin.
I don't know if I will leave this place or not.
I think he doesn't trust me.
I'll leave it to your friends to convince you that you're necessary.
Mangrin can't read the dark secret.
And Vizeran turns to Cleve and he says, let's go. Cleve turns invisible and opens the
Fine,
door.
Cleve.
That was weird.
Anything else you want to say to Vizeran before they leave? Okay.
Bye,
Yeah.
Vizeran.
Yeah. That was weird. He's like, you've got to hurry. But he was just sitting here waiting for us. He wasn't out looking for us.
I mean, it's like a pattern these days. People waiting
Yeah.
for us At least this one didn't die.
Everybody's just waiting around telling us to hurry up.
Very
All right.
good.
So, are we going to go get our fortunes told and then go hang out at the Wizard Tower? Is that where we are?
At this point, I want to contemplate how much we are messing up with the future. So, how Graham might have some answers.
Cool. Let's go get our tarot done. Comrade.
Rishi approaches Master Stonespeaker Graham, sits down in a lotus position, and he's like, I wish to contemplate my own future along with you. And he's basically trying to take a more meditative approach, and he figures the troop is not going to wait for it.
Hagram drops their meditation, mostly, and says, Have you consulted your crystals? Your Stonespeaker crystal? Were you given a Stonespeaker crystal?
I was given a map of the stars of my past lives and my past dreams, so to speak. I'm not sure what to make of those.
Sit down with me. And
Yeah, she
they move a couple of books aside, right, to make room for you to be able to sit in a meditative sort of seating position. And they set their Stonespeaker crystal on the floor in front of you, this large, crystalline, arcane device. And he says, close your eyes and see what you see.
So basically, like, as a star druid, you're handed something from the past that leads to you to your future. I'm trying to play into this, so I'm gonna meditate with the guy. I don't touch the crystal, but I'm gonna let it fully influence Reshi and maybe bring some clarity.
All right. What are the rest of you doing as Reshi is meditating with Stonespeaker Hagram?
This is kind of checking out that rope guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. They aren't standing. They're sort of floating, and they don't seem to notice you, or they don't seem to be bothered by you observing them. They continue just looking through book titles and journals.
He's not going to bother him, just kind of watch for a minute and look at some of the books himself.
Korvus, make a history check for me.
And
What was your total? I'm sorry.
11.
11. Their clothing, though it looks very flowy and sort of, I want to say, like garish. The outfit, the design and the artistry that goes into the clothing makes you think drow. But other than that, you don't get any kind of inclination from this individual. What's everybody else doing? Mangrin, Nimue, Newton.
Newton's kind of done.
Are you leaving the, what do you call it? The archive of the future?
I'll wait with everyone. I'll stay with the crowd.
Okay. Nimue? Mangrin?
I'm probably just kind of hanging out, keeping guard.
All right. So Higram offers several visions with you, Reshi. This is some lore, everybody. Your possible visions that moves you out of chapter 11 into chapter 12. How would you like this information delivered to you? Meta
I mean,
or through roleplay?
I feel like Reshi would be in a trance and you would be like narrating the story, like and moving
I would like
around.
an actual vision, please.
Or that too, yeah.
You would like an actual vision. All right. So, Reshi.
Here in Arizona, mail up some ayahuasca.
Reshi, would you like to read your vision aloud, or would you like for me to read the vision aloud?
Normally I would do it, but right now, you go ahead.
Okay. You see a circle of small hooded figures, their forms hunched and emaciated. Their gestures and movements are jerky, indicative of the madness possessing them. They are chanting, swaying to their own words, and then they stop as the glow of Fairsrest rises around them, whispering to them in unintelligible sounds. The Darrow cackle and dance, their hands glowing with the power that isn't theirs. The vision shifts, and suddenly, gray dwarves stare down at the red-hot metal on their anvils. The constant rhythm of their hammering falters. Suddenly, brother turns against brother, as minds turn inward upon themselves. Sparks fly, and a city burns. This is the vision that you receive, Reshi. Is Newton actually wanting a vision with Stonespeaker?
If they're handing them out.
They do seem willing to share. Do you want to read it, or do you want me to?
I'll read it for you.
All right. Here you go. This is actually, I'll let you read this. How do I get a couple of lines above it to sort of like break up the vernacular? Let's try this. There you go.
Fancy. Cool. A deep gnome, spurned by others of his kind, weeps as he wanders in the dark tunnels, talking to things that crawl and seep from the walls. You see him up atop two slick patches of ooze, sensing in his innate power over them. He plays with them as if they were children, chasing them through the gloomy depths. Something changes, and the oozes flow away. The deep gnome runs after them, fearful of being alone once again. You feel a great hunger seize him. He experiences visions that pass into your visions, showing what appears as a paradise to him, but an oozing nightmare for all others. Crows. The great hunger speaks to him. His already broken mind a shield against the hunger's shattering power. That power seems to recognize and acknowledge something in the gnome that will serve it well. The great hunger has a name. Jublix. And its power, oh, such great and terrible power. It grants the gnome the ability to command the little hungers, his children, so that they can return to the place that cast them out and devour it all.
All right. Thank you. Do I have another volunteer for a vision? Only people left, I guess, are Dennis and Brett. Either of you guys feel like reading?
Already had a vision.
Oh, you don't want another one? Okay.
I thought Korvus had one, but he'll take another one too.
All right. Thank you. Here you go.
Yeah. For Korvus?
Yeah, Korvus. Yeah. Anybody who's willing to read them, I'll let you read this.
Okay. Well, what's the accepted form? Was it Kuotoa or?
Yeah, I like Kuotoa.
Oh,
I like
what did I
that.
say?
Yeah, Kuotoa. I like it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You see a Kuotoa swimming in the gloomy depths of a dark subterranean lake, uncertain It turns left and right, trying to find something, even as it's surrounded by faint creatures resembling manta rays. Kuatoa smiles, its needle teeth gleaming even in the darkness. It has seen something, it understands a new secret, and its already unhinged mind plunges further into madness. The Kuatoa curls in on itself, arms extended in worship. Then from the circle of rays, 2 tentacles emerge, followed by 2 howling baboon heads. I think we know that one.
The Demogorgon.
Double Rafiki.
The double Rafiki.
It's kind of weird because I feel like those are as much visions of the past as maybe they are of the future.
Mm-hmm. Stonespeaker Hagram tells you, do not judge these visions. Just learn from them. Is there another volunteer? Wants to read another one?
It seems very Lovecraftian.
I could do it, and yes, it does feel like that. I could
All right.
do it.
The next one.
The smell of blood fills your nostrils as you wander a maze of underdark tunnels, moving with purpose as your giant hooves crush stones underfoot. Phaser's light reveals that your shadow is monstrous, suggesting a hulking beast with a crown of horns. With your bloody glaive, you carve a swath through a forest of towering zirkwood mushrooms that stands in your way. The tunnels beyond would confuse an ordinary mind, but you instinctively know the path you must walk. Every step brings you closer to a magma-filled chasm, lodged in which is an enormous contraption of metal and stone, a weapon capable of reshaping the Underdark itself. Oh, that one is a new one.
Volunteer? I got one more here.
Nick.
A cavern of peculiar beauty opens up before you, with lights of every color shining from the pure essence of life, diffused and amplified by the glow of Vizeran. The glow pulses, and you can feel the life in the cavern rotting away, bursting with infection. A mushroom grows in the center of the cave, ever larger and taller, pustules forming and seeping as its stem thickens and its cap reaches to the cavern's ceiling, forming a vast fungal tower. Ew. 2 myconids approach the site in awe. Not minding the carpet of rot under their feet, you sense their minds come alive in wonder. And as they kneel in worship, you know they are doomed. A voice sounds out within clouds of spores that fall like snow. The voice tells the myconids to prepare for a gift unlike any they have ever known. As you receive these visions, and you continue to move throughout the library, you find that the librarians are all too quick to coordinate with their elemental assistants, the Galeb-Dur, in apprehending the remaining members of the Society of Brilliance and destroying their small interdimensional pockets. They are cast out of the library, and you are left to explore the past, present, and future knowledge within these halls. You can take the benefits of a long rest. Tell me what you would like to do.
We'll probably never see these guys again, right?
Newton tried really hard as the rest of the society was getting kicked out to get someone to pay him his part of the wager.
To pay you in internal organs or to pay you in gold?
In gold, preferably.
The Society of Brilliance tell you that they will discuss no more without their lawyer present.
That's how we know they are evil. So we did good killing 2 of them, I guess.
I'm just shooting knees.
And
Fun.
and while we consider your next move here, guys, is there more that you wish to do with the library, Mangrin? Were there more things that you wish to do here, or things you wish to research or investigate? You're saying they're having a hard time, like a moral dilemma. Do they want to stay at Gravenhollow, or do they want to move on from here? Do you want to talk about that?
So, I mean, you're talking about a guy that has his lifelong passion has been research and the pursuit of knowledge. Who had these visions of this library for a long time now, and he's found it and he's there. So, I mean for sure he's really, really tempted to stay. Like, he feels probably that he would be more help doing research and sending that on than he would in the party. Because to him, he's still not an adventurer. He's out there fighting. He does his thing, but he's not. To him, he's not a hero.
We're saying goodbye to Mangrin.
So honestly, Zim, I'm leaning towards that he stays at the library.
Do you have another character in mind?
I do, but I want to discuss it with you first.
I mean, I think we should discuss it as a group, and if you want to role play it out, feel free. If you want to roll for it, but if you're following what you believe your character would do, let's.
I love playing Mangrin. The whole control aspect of a mage it's been fun. I mean, extremely fun.
That was our first double counter spell that happened. It was really cool. It was really
we got that off. And the whole divination and the portents and everything. It's been a blast. But I can't. This has been his focus since like the beginning of the campaign, like what, a year and a half ago?
Yeah,
library,
for sure.
Library. So my vision of my new character is a gnome paladin who has decided, who has, I guess, felt the evil from beneath, and he has made it his mission to come down and conquer the demons by himself.
And he's probably a guy that's already in our army, but he's gonna...
No, he's not in your army.
Okay.
Oh
He's
my
been
god.
traveling by
dude.
himself.
Just suggesting ideas.
Yeah, no, I've got him in my mind, man. I've got what he is.
Oh, I know
you
know what you're doing.
And yet,
So, are there any objections?
And yet I dare speak and engage.
Yeah, for sure. I like the potential to have a conversation about it, but I think what I would like to ask the group is: does anybody object to Dennis moving on from this character?
Not at all.
Cool. We've had some
Nimue's
staff
fully
changes, right?
supportive.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I mean, Nimue's fully supportive. This has been his goal this entire time. So she's like, "Yeah, do what your heart tells you to, man. We'll miss you, but I'm glad we helped you found it."
Exactly.
I mean, you also lost Asha just because they got aged. What? How old? How much older did they get?
They're like in their 90s.
Yeah, they lost like 40 or 50 years of their life.
oh, brutal.
That was the best paladin too, like the old man paladin.
Yeah. So so we've had staff changes. I have no problems with it at all. In fact, I think this is maybe apropos. Like, do you want to talk through this in terms of like role play, like saying goodbye? Because I think if Mangrin is the one who wants to stay behind, I think the rest of the group feels a bit of urgency, at least in terms of a timeline here that's going by. So if you guys want to do your goodbyes now, in character, I'm up for that.
I've always felt like your place was not ever in the dark. I was happy being your bodyguard. I'm happy you found your place too.
So, yes, this has been my destination. Though it's not goodbye. I have a feeling that by staying here and helping the librarians, I will be here for a very long time.
Korvus will walk over and pull one of his larger feathers out and hand it to him.
I'll take it. Mangrin takes it very solemnly. It's not an ass feather, is it?
The ass ones are the best
It's
ones.
a wing feather.
Newton will be like, it's gonna be weird being the only nerd in the man. I'm gonna miss you.
So, Newton, I'm gonna hand my extra stuff to you. That I
Aw,
think you can take with you. I'm not giving you my goggles at night because I can't see without them,
that's cool.
or my staff and stuff like that. But so I have a wand of web, a scroll of remove curse, and a scroll of commune with nature. And then I'll also give you the Star Cord ring so you can find your way back to see me.
Aw.
For the party.
I'm going to I'll reach into my pocket and take out like a bunch of little gears and gizmos and whatnot. And just hold on one second. I'll get it. 1 second. Just gotta. This goes here. That goes there. And I'll just make this little tiny disc thing. And then you click it. And there's a little picture. And it's all of us fighting a beholder. And I'll give you that. It's a little hologram thingy.
Reshi has to hold in the tears right now, seeing that.
It had so many eyes, and we almost died.
Yes, thank God I got rid of the eye stalk. It was starting to stink. But Korvus, Nimue, Reshi, Newton, it has been my greatest honor to travel with you, but I feel that I do more good here. I'm not a fighter.
You know, maybe there's a sending spell in that spell book we just gave you earlier. You can always contact us if you find out anything that could help us in our fight.
Call us on the weekend.
Basically.
You'll have to see if they've got long distance here at Gravenhollow for their sendings. You have to see if you've got to pay more for that plan. I don't know. You'll have to figure that out.
Will you accept a collect call from Bob? I had a baby eats a boy.
Yeah. Collect call from Mom, come get me, I'm done. Remembers that from the 80s.
Yep.
Or what was it? Someone said like, let us in is their first name. Right away is the second. Yeah, let us in right away. I'd like to make a collect call. So as you say goodbye to Mangrin, and you leave Gravenhollow behind, we're gonna add a new character next week, guys. And when we come back, we'll get to know them very well. Thanks for playing. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna end the stream here. And yeah, actually not next week, 2 weeks. So yeah, Badoop.